What's up, everybody? It's your boy Skip the Legend here, bringing you guys another YouTube video, and this one's on Avalanche. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know when I upload. We are going to continue covering Avalanche more and really get into the nitty and gritty of what Avalanche is, more than just the surface level. Now, on the surface level, Avalanche is one of those top cryptocurrencies out there. It has a $15 billion market cap. It has over 350 projects or protocols on their chain, and they have the sixth most total valued or value locked in their chain, right? They are right behind ARB, following Solana, Binance, Ethereum, Tron, and one more I can't remember the name of, but you get the point. They're right behind some top dogs. On top of that, you look at how their validators are, or a part of what makes them one of those great and successful chains is the fact that they have a lot of validators for where their market cap is at currently. They have 1,600, just about 1,600 um, validators. And having 1,600 validators is very, very crucial. They see as at one point they had 1,700, and at their peak, that was 17. I thought it was 1,700. It was 1,700. Right now, at the time of recording this video, they have 1,673 validators. Now, Solana is at 2,000 validators. And yes, let's explain what validators are before I even say the significance of how many validators are, where some validators are better than others. Validators are those people or resources that actually confirm transactions and can help with the increase of transaction speed and the overall performance of a whole chain and whole subnets. For example, a chain is Avalanche has multiple chains, and their multiple chains handle different purposes of the Avalanche whole ecosystem. There is C chains, there is an X chain. We're going to keep it on those two chains. There is a C chain and there is an X chain. An C chain handles all the smart contract purchases. Those are what you usually interact with on the decentralized on blockchain. And for those who don't really know what decentralized is, I'm gonna make a video talking about that for sure. But to talk about to give you an understanding of what is decentralized, whenever you make a purchase on Trust Wallet or with the NFT, those are usually decentralized purchases. When you purchase crypto on Robinhood or Coinbase, Binance Exchange, those are for the most part centralized purchases, and those are usually handled by Exchange. If I'm not correct, someone could correct me in the comment section. But those are handled by Exchange because those are exchange. That's the exchange chain. But for the seed chain, they handle the smart contract exchange purchases and transactions. So that's what we're looking at. There's 1,600 validators on that, and that means there's 1,700 or 1,600 available people who can actually handle those transactions and confirm those transactions that have dedicated their time and resources to perform those transactions. Now, validators are not just people that are just random and out and about. Those are people that have said, I have this X amount of tokens, and I'm going to send them to be staked, or I'm going to send my hardware to be staked, or not staked, to be doing some work and to be a validator while also staking. And from there, I will help validate transactions performed with Avalanche tokens. And a vacuum. And a vacuum. That's what the validators are. Now, the validator weight is decided based off of the hardware of those validators. So, there's some chains that say we're not even going to allow you to validate on this chain because we need you to be of a certain speed. And I believe Avalanche does that. I'm 100% uh, confident that Avalanche does that when it comes to the gaming and just applications that require a lot more, a lot stronger resources or a quicker high result. right? But if you have a regular old school computer, for the most part, you got it. You can make it there. But certain chains require a certain RAM and certain CPU as well to actually have a benefit of on the chain. I'm giving you a whole bunch of words. I know, but please stick with me. Basically, they don't want, if you're a basketball fan, they don't want your Scottie Pippen. They want a LeBron James or at least a Paul George. That's what they want when it comes to the gaming aspect. They don't, if you're if you're a football fan, they don't want your freaking stinking Tony Romos anymore. They would much rather have a Kyler Murray than a Tony Romo. They would rather have you get it if you get what I'm saying, then thank you. But I'm basically saying they want something new. They want something up to date. They want they want something like strong, because then the validator weight is really really nice, and we're seeing that the validator weight, my gosh, is high. It's at a really good spot. Earlier, in the lineage of Avalanche, it was at a way lower point. We had a validator weight of 16 mil, 165 million, and now we're at 200 24 million. So a great increase. These increases are not what you will see when it comes. It's not going to be similar to what you see when it comes to prices. It's not similar to that, but it's the weight is strong, and I think this weight drop came from people getting off of the Avalanche chain or quitting their validating because of the fact that crypto was tanking during that time. So they didn't see it as a profitable investment for that time period. And you can see the validator count was low during this period of time as well, and started to steadily increase, but the guys we really needed, the heavy hitters, were leaving. So that is, yeah. I hope I helped you understand what a validator is and what a chain is and how the two intertwine together. Keep in mind, this is not the whole entire Avalanche chain and network. They have other subnets and other chains as well, and this is really just one of them that we're seeing. That's another subnet, or that's a subnet, not another subnet. That's a subnet. But the biggest chain, the biggest baby out here is Avalanche C chain. All right. But I like what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing. All this, if you still are trying to get a grasp of what you're seeing and if this is good or not, it's still good, especially for a token that is at, or a foundation that's at $15 billion in market cap value. It shows a lot of upside potential and a lot of positive. It just shows a lot of positives. Now, there's some things that Solana has over Avalanche, and there's some things that Binance have over Avalanche for sure. And as they should, because they're 45 billion, they're valued at $45 billion. But Avalanche is not one to sleep on, and they have a lot of protocols on their chain as well, or a lot of projects on their chain as well, more than Solana. So they do have the potential to overtake Solana in the future for sure. At least when it comes to the total number of projects on there. Because in that next bull run, if all of those networks, if all those protocols see a rise in price, so does Avalanche's total value locked rise. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is profitable days. Though that, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the green machine, right? So Avalanche has a lot of potential there. And I remember I had a price prediction of $1,000, and it's currently sitting at $37. Hey, do with that as you will. That's what I believe, that's what I feel. These are just some other numbers. I could throw them at you, but it's really just gibberish to some of you guys. But for those who do understand, and do want to know this information, the number of active addresses is 83,000, and the number of active senders is 55,000, which means that it's really active. It's being traded actively. It's being traded a lot right now. Now, it was being traded a lot more yesterday because the volume was massive. I don't think anybody saw my video, but the volume was massive for Avalanche. We actually we can still see how much the volume was. And this is a really drawn out video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. So right now the volume's at $1.4 million. I want to get to where it was yesterday. And yesterday it was at 860 million. It hit 9 million. No, 1.3 billion. I don't know why I said it's at 1.3 billion right now. So it's being traded a lot. It's being traded a lot right now and the days before and the days before yesterday and all that. We were seeing some transactions, but there wasn't it wasn't a high volume as far as quantity. It was a high volume as far as quality. That's what we were seeing, and now we're seeing a bigger influx of high quantity transactions because now the number of senders and receivers and addresses just as trading at AVAX is bigger, especially because this also indicates that there was a lot of sales. Active senders compared to active addresses indicates the number of sales that are at least being executed. Because if there's only one active sender, or if there's a small number of active senders, like as there was in the month of December, that usually indicates that there's just either nobody selling or nobody transferring their AVAX. But usually the more senders there are, the more sellers there are. Because there's actually people sending their tokens or transferring their tokens to another wallet to actually trade it for another currency. Whereas if there was a lesser number of senders, that means there's people actually holding, a lot more people holding compared to now. So right now, people are taking profits and sending their AVAX to be traded for another currency. That's what we're getting from this statistic right here. Um, and you compare that to what was going on in December, it correlates. It correlates because in December we saw AVAX running a lot, and then some people took profits, but not compared to what people are doing now, especially with how Bitcoin dropped down to $42,000. So it's a big market reaction right now, including the fact that AVAX just broke 100% in 1 month. All that has the investors a little nervous and a little scared. Therefore, there's a lot of senders. So this is normal. This is what we expect to see. But to give you a holistic view of everything that is going on, I hope those who watch this video and are still watching this video understand what I was talking about. This video is really targeted for people who don't understand what's going on with AVAX, but also want to learn a little bit about AVAX because a lot of my subscribers, I've never talked about AVAX on my channel before. So I wanted to make sure I'm giving it, we're going in and looking at all the numbers as much as possible. So it's not, we're not just looking at the top of the cake and saying, is it good or not? We're actually diving into the good stuff and seeing if it's good or not, and also understanding it so later on when we look at this and we continue to look at this throughout the year, we really know if Avalanche is performing well or if it's performing bad. And right now we see that there's 16.3 million addresses or holders of Avalanche. There's been 17 million transactions in the last 7 days. Some of the tokens you guys know I usually cover, at least the smaller tokens, they don't even see 17 million transactions sometimes in a year. So, or haven't even hit that number in their life yet. So that just shows you the type of speed these guys are working at. Uh, the gas used 7.2 trillion in the last 7 days. That means that goes with the transactions that have been taken as well. And 683 maximum transactions per second. That means that the highest number of transactions they have actually had executed on their chain or on the Avalanche token, the highest number was 683. So lots of numbers. Be sure to come back. Don't let this deter you. Be sure to come back. We're gonna keep we're gonna keep learning. We're gonna keep cramming this in. Scripted Legend's going to teach you what you need to know, and God's going to teach him what he needs to know. With all that being stated, may y'all be safe. May this video have been a blessing to you, and may the rest of your day be a blessing. God bless. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know when I upload, so that you can continue to learn more about Avalanche and what they are and how exactly they operate, because we really didn't even look into the performance too much. We didn't look too much into the network. We looked at it on the surface level as far as active addresses and senders, but we didn't go into the contracts and the contract deployers and the gas used per second. And then there's even more stats over on this page, so you really gotta stay so we can be a great investor, and that crypto is no longer a gamble. It is now a true investment, an investment that we understand more thoroughly and can explain more thoroughly to other people who may think that crypto is just a gamble. All right. Love you all. God bless.